today. As you can see from the title, this is nothing about music at all. I'm gonna take my guitar away from me, and I just want to say that hello. I think I'm gonna award myself with the title the most gutsy music nerd on the internet. If you like it or not, I'm not sure if I am that, but I'm gonna believe that I am. Yeah, I wanted to talk about something that I really think is needs to be said. An opinion that I have about the Rolling Stones, because the Rolling Stones is one of my favorite rock and roll bands in the entire freaking world history. I absolutely love them, and I just want to say that yeah, they have come with a new single, which is great. And with that single, is some issues with it. But first and foremost, I want to talk about the main thing about this video is going to talk about don't judge the Rolling Stones, because people, what I'm always so fed up with is that people are so goddamn rude with the Rolling Stones, that they are too old to be together as a band, and they get so much hate. They don't get as much hate as Taylor Swift gets, but she they get a lot of hate, more than most bands ever, really, in the entire freaking history. Maybe it's only one band that gets more hate. It's only one band that gets more hate than them, and that's the Black Crowes, which is, in my opinion, the greatest rock and roll band in the entire freaking history. But the thing is that people are saying one thing is that people are saying that the Rolling Stones are too old. They look too scruffy. They behaving dement. They're behaving very they look like they have a lot of dementia. And in a way, I think it's true, but I don't think, why should you focus on that? It's so impressive that I in fact have lasted for as long as it has. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist any band that have had a longer career than the Rolling Stones. Really, it doesn't exist. Every band that have had a longer career than the Rolling Stones don't have any original members left. Like the Hollies is completely, everyone is replaced. The last original member of the Hollies was Alan Clark, and he left in the 90s. So they have been long time without no original members. The Rolling Stones started in 1963 officially, especially when it comes to my opinion, because that's where they got that was the year they got their name. So in a way, I think Andrew Luke Oldham formed them because he made the name change, so he made the band. But he used the beginning palette of the band called the Rolling Stones, and made it to the Rolling Stones. So it's not a boy band just because he like transformed them. They were like a band before, and Andrew Oldham made them to a completely another band. So therefore I would say they started in 1963. But the thing is, so I think in real life they have their 60th anniversary now, in this year. But you know, either way, I think it doesn't exist any band that has had a longer career than the Rolling Stones. So don't, when you're talking about that Rolling Stones are the dimension, I think it's very great that like people that should actually be in elderly home really is back on track, even if they are long over the pension age and like are more than ready for elderly home. But you know, but this is kind of like I wish every old person did. Do something that I love. If that's playing music, if that's painting, do something that they love and don't sitting on the elderly home and bore themselves out. I think it's extremely amazing and extremely cool that the Rolling Stones are so goddamn sporty and have so much guts. I think it's so impressive that they even was able to write Living in a Ghost Town, you know. I think it's just that impressive. You can't say that the Rolling Stones are lazy. No, they're not lazy. They are old. You can't call them the dementia and they are scruffy and it's sad and this and that, and you can't call them and you can't call it sad because it's actually extremely lucky that they can be have so much power in life and so much spirit that they can hold on for so long. So stop saying that it's sad and a disaster that they are still going on as a band and live and all that. You know, I think they should have split up when Charlie died. I really think that. But you know, I really wanted to have this last album. I think they should have stopped touring, but this last album I just had to get it, even though I wouldn't listen to all the songs, but still. But you know, I saw a YouTube video of a guy that talked about the new album and called the Rolling Stones lazy, and I was fucking furious, man. They are the only band in this world that has that long of a career. They have the Guinness World Record of most long-lasting band in the entire freaking history. You know, you can argue with with the Hollies being older and some other bands being older, but they don't have any original members left. Like the Rolling Stones have 2 original members after lasting 60 years. I don't want to hear anything else than praise from those guys. I think it's completely disrespectful, and it's even more disrespectful for us fans that loves the Rolling Stones and loves their new songs and music output. And you know, he is saying that the Rolling Stones are lazy. No, they're not lazy. They are fucking old, man. Mick Jagger just turned 80, and while Charlie died, he was 80. You know, I don't want to hear anything than praise. They are above literally everyone. It's impossible, goddamn impossible, to be that quick and make album after album when you're so goddamn old. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist any. You know, it maybe does exist like out of music, but it doesn't exist. Bands are like that. You can't like compare the Rolling Stones to new artists that have only existed for like 40 to 50 years, because the Rolling Stones are at least 10 years older than all of them and have still 2 original members. I don't want to hear anything than praise to the Rolling Stones, one of the greatest rock and roll bands in the entire rock and roll history, on second place in my opinion after the Black Crowes. I know, because they have literally outgone everyone, not in terms of popularity, because that exists other bands, but you know, it's so damn great for us fans. You know, it exists many people. You know, Bridges to Babylon was a great bestseller. I don't want to hear any people that are bashing and criticizing Bridges to Babylon or Bigger Bang, because they were fucking goddamn great albums. Rock and roll at its best. It is these huge cults. You know, it's huge cults for both those two albums, because the Rolling Stones fans really love those albums. It is actually a huge portion of the Rolling Stones fan base, of the Stones freaks, that are fans of those albums. So I think it's very disrespectful when you are like dissing a band because they are not like young anymore, because they are not as productive as Taylor Swift, as Olivia Rodrigo, as, you know, they can't compare. You call them lazy because they haven't took any new album out since 2005. What do you expect? You know, it's impossible, goddamn impossible. I want you to listing a band that have had a longer career than the Rolling Stones and still has more than one original member and have put more original material more frequently in the late years than the Rolling Stones. It doesn't exist. You can try, and I dare you to try to find another band like the Rolling Stones like that. You wouldn't find it, and you would definitely not find a band that has as long as career as them and has at least 2 members, or has longer career than them and has at least 2 original members or more, and have as equal as popular as them. You have to find a imaginary band up to get, like, you know, it doesn't exist. The Rolling Stones is the longest lasting band in the entire freaking world history that still has original members and are still goddamn freaking popular. And the Rolling Stones fans, I'm 100% sure there was many Rolling Stones fans, hundreds and thousands of them, maybe not the majority of the Rolling Stones fans, but very many of the Rolling Stones fans really wanted a new album from them. And saying, I'm so fucking damn pissed off because you know, it's like dissing Taylor Swift for not making an album each minute, because, you know, why do you expect that? No one else does it. Why do you expect Taylor Swift to do it? You know, she is the best one at making great albums frequently, and best one to making albums frequently in general. Why should you criticizing for that? Is just complete utter fucking ignorance, and it doesn't exist a more longer lasting band than the Rolling Stones that I put more frequently. You know, we had like 2 singles that was released in the 2010s. No, it was 1 single that was released in in the 2010s, which it was in 2012, and it was one in 2020s. No, it was two in the 2020s. Living in Ghost Town in 2020, and now in 2023 with Angry. And you have in the 2000s we also had an album from the Rolling Stones, and the 90s. You know, if you think they are lazy, then you don't know. Then you are equal as goddamn brain dead as a fucking flat earther. Not that I really think actually that flat earther have actually more between the ears than those people that saying that Rolling Stones are lazy. They are not lazy. You know, AC/DC and Ed Sheeran, they are lazy because maybe not Ed Sheeran. I mean, he is lazy, but don't forget just forget him because it has nothing to do with this topic. We'll take that another time. But goddamn AC/DC, they are exactly 10 years younger than the Rolling Stones, and they hadn't put on a new album since the fucking 90s. You know, because you can't really. Why should you have so high expectation for the Rolling Stones? You know, it's no point. They are the band that has released most original music. Released most music also in general. That is old and have at least two members. You know, it doesn't exist an older band than the Rolling Stones that have at least two members. And still they have released more music than AC/DC, which is 10 years younger than the Rolling Stones. You know, the Rolling Stones are beyond impressive with their frequent original music output. They are like above anyone as you can just speak. You know, they are above everyone, and I can't even explain how light years away they are above everyone. They have released way more than AC/DC and way more than the Hollies. And those, you know, the AC/DC has only one original member. The Hollies has none. And the Rolling Stones, they really have released more than freaking AC/DC in this last centuries. More original, more music in general than AC/DC. And AC/DC, as I said, is 10 years younger. You know, why do you have to like? It's so disrespectful in every sense of the word. It's so disrespectful to the point of ridicule. Ridicule. You know, it's so goddamn disrespectful. I can't. You know, it's beyond disrespectful and ignorant also, because you have no idea what you're talking about when you say the Rolling Stones are lazy. They are not lazy. They are just old. They are fucking 70 to 80 years fucking old. I don't want to hear any criticism, negative criticism to the Rolling Stones again. I want just praise. They have literally conquered the world more than any other band in the entire freaking world history, and no one really can discuss me on that, because that's just how it is. And I don't want to hear anything else, because that's just how it is. You know, I think I got it out of me now. And I also saw on this this newspaper I saw it on my Google on my Google app, and they are like talking that they are saying that Rolling Stones, when they are going to their release of their new single, they are looking like bunch of people going around in a dementia boudoir. You know, what they have done to you? You know, they are above everyone. I think people, why people are criticizing and hating on the Rolling Stones is just because people are goddamn jealous. Like, being a band for so goddamn long and being that successful for that long time, no one have ever accomplished that and be that frequent at album producing and being that healthy at that age, even if using a lot of drugs. People are just jealous. They have nothing to do on the internet, and they have nothing to do in a newspaper. They have nothing. They have no idea what you're talking about, and they are just jealous. Because the Rolling Stones has conquered the world. It's just how it is. Goodbye for now. And I don't want any hate in the comments, because I'm right, and if you disagree, you're wrong. And I'm gonna devote you from my channel if you are disagreeing with me, because this time I'm right. Goodbye.